morning, everyone. We're holding now in the Siddur on page 14 and 15, which is the Tachlon that we say, on every day except the days we don't say Tachlon. So before we say La'olam Yehi Adam, we say Ribono Shel Olam, the Master of the universe. K'moshe Kavash Avram Avinu Srachamav, just like Abraham held in his mercy to do your command to slaughter his son Isaac, may you hold in your anger, have mercy on us, and please have pity on us, and please be gracious to us, and please accept our prayers. And then we say, V'shav alakecha shuascha, please God, return us back with your returning, and bring us back from all the nations, from all the corners of the world, and v'aviyosim el har kodeshi, bring us back to the mountain of Mount Moriah, v'simachtem b'beis tefilasi, and make us rejoice in the temple, the third Beis Hamikdash. And this is what we say on page 15. So the question is, it says, V'shav Hashem lakecha shavuscha. Hashem is going to return with your return. So it sounds like God is also in exile. He's returning with your return. It should have said, Veheshiv, he will return you from exile home. Rather, it says V'shav, he's returning with you home, as if he was in exile with you. How does that happen? So he says an interesting thing. Every neshama of a Jew is a piece of God, and you're connected like a rope. That God, the top of the rope is God, and the bottom of the rope is your soul. Every time you do something wrong, you're pulling God into that action in exile. So if you think something negative, since your neshama is a piece of God, it pulls God into the negative thought. You speak something negative, you're pulling God into the negative speech. You do something negative, you're pulling God. So what happens is, God becomes exiled by our action. By our action, we're putting God in a state of confinement, in a state of concealment, and in a state of captivity. But when we do tshuva, shav means we do tshuva. So when we do tshuva, the word tshuva is spelled tashuv, hey. Tashuv means return, hey. You return the hey back to its source, which means the energy of God that you brought into the negative realm, and the negative klipa, you're returning back to its original source, and you're bringing it back to the original source, to God. Why? Because when you do tshuva, you are able to take the energy that you put into the negative, and you take it right out back, and put it back up to its source, and connect the hey back to the Yud Kei Vav Kei, which is God's name. So that's why it says, V'shav Hashem alekecha es shavuscha. Through tshuva, you're returning the hey, which is the last letter of Hashem's name, which is your soul, back to its source, and therefore the energy goes away from the negativity, and then there's no more exile. What's exile? Exile is when the energy of God is in captive and is in exile. But when you do tshuva, you take it out, so there's no more energy in the negative. When the negative has no more energy, the negative ceases to exist. When the negative ceases to exist, that's the redemption. So Hashem should help that we should do our own tshuva, which is to return our own neshama to Hashem while we are alive in this world to 120 years, and through that, bringing our personal redemption, we hasten the redemption of the entire world, of returning the true energy of Hashem back to its source with the revelation of Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mheira b'yameinu. Amen.